All right, last video of the day. Today has been the day of videos. I want to touch upon briefly what I'm having you turn in something on Tuesday. So basically, your introduction and thesis statement Tuesday. So I'm just going to walk through that. If you go to our Blackboard page under assignments, you see intro thesis and outline for the paper. All right, and there's the final paper. So if you click on the assignment sheet, it's due Tuesday, April 13th on Blackboard. You're going to include your introduction and the areas you'll be looking at. Your thesis at the end of your introduction. This is a clear thesis statement that states the main idea of your paper. And then you'll be outlining your paper. Just map it out, right? For this assignment, you will create your introduction, thesis statement, and outline for your final paper. Your introduction should be anywhere from 5 to 10 sentences that introduces your topic, states the area you will be examining, and at the end, your intro will include a thesis statement. You'll construct a brief outline of your paper. Again, I think I said this when I went over this a couple weeks ago. I don't want a rough draft. Don't include a rough draft. I want an outline. All right, so April 13th, that's in a few days. Let's pull up a good old fashioned Word doc for old time's sake. Okay, where are we at? Let's type in our usual suspects. Do them MLA format, right? This is due 13 April 2021. It's April 13th, right? Yeah. Okay. Page number, last name, and page number at the top of the page. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Old hat now. Everyone should have this MLA down. All right. So here's your paper. I mean, you could put double space. I always have my stuff single, but double space. 9 spacing options. Don't add space. So we're in double space. Intro. If you want to put a fancy title on your paper, you can. Right? Papers are supposed to be titled. I don't want you racking your brain over a fancy title, though. So what's the paper's title? If you want, and then you start your intro. If you review what I wrote for the introduction, you're jumping right into your topic. You're not setting it up with like platitudes or fluff or, meandering sentences that don't have anything to do with your topic. You're jumping right into your topic. You're touching upon, talking about the areas in your paper you will be exploring at length. And then you'll have your thesis statement, right? You'll indent for your intro. I have a student in my other class who's writing a research paper on the effect of COVID-19 on people's diets. That's a really interesting topic, right? COVID-19 on people's diets. So you could start your paper off with the coronavirus. How do you spell it? The coronavirus has affected people's diets in a number of different ways, right? So that's a topic sentence. As a reader, I know what this paper is going to be about, right? You're not going to start it with the coronavirus is a global pandemic that you're just jumping right in, right? Your main idea, you're just jumping right into your paper, and then you'll include anywhere between 4 to 6 to 7 sentences that set up your paper, right? These will be the aspects you will be looking at. And this is all review, right? Because I went over this with a video for the introduction, but review's good. One of my goals for this class, well, I have a few goals. Writing as a process, break it down into small parts, right? Outline, brainstorm, break writing down into smaller parts as opposed to, oh, the paper's due, I'm going to start it at midnight and then try and throw something together. I want you to think about writing as a process. That's number one for me. 2, I want you all to have introductions, thesis statements, body paragraphs, conclusions down, right? Have those things burned into your noodles. So you have that 4 to 6, 7 sentences that set your paper up. You know, basically you're mentioning what you're going to be exploring at in length in your body, right? And then your thesis statement. What's the thesis statement? You know, the main idea of your paper. You know, what's the main crux, right? What you're talking about, why it's significant, why it matters. Go back to the video on thesis statements and review all those handouts, articles, and videos on thesis statements as well. So yeah, intro and thesis. And like I said in the previous video, your intro is probably going to be anywhere between a quarter of a page or half page. You know, you might be down here, right? You know, think of this. You know, think about this length as your cutoff. You don't want like a 2-sentence thesis statement, right? I've gotten these before. The coronavirus has affected people's diets. You know, that's not a damn intro or thesis, right? Think about getting to this length. You know, that's your cutoff point. Quarter of a page, half a page or so. So that's the first part of what's due on Tuesday. After that, outline your paper. You know, outline, and I'm hoping people have done outlines before. If not, outlines are key, right? And I differentiate this in the assignment. I don't want to rough draft your paper. You may think like that's doing more work. I don't want a rough draft. I want an outline because the outline's important. And you can outline, I have no like hard and fast rules for outline. Remember, I don't know if you had to do this in high school where you did like, you know, the numerical order of your paper. I don't care about any of that. You could basically in your out you could do like this. First body. What's it going to be about? You know, remember, each body paragraph has one aspect. Right? One aspect. So what is it? What's the aspect you're talking about in the first body? Second body. You know, second aspect. Right? And if you just write that next to your body paragraph, that's fine. I don't really want anything else. That's perfectly fine. Because you notice this gives you an idea what you're writing about. Third body. Right? Fourth body. And how long is this paper supposed to be? I forget, 4 or so pages. You know, look on the assignment sheet. Fifth body. You know, are you going to have a sixth body? Probably not, right? Conclusion. You may only have 5 body paragraphs. You may only have 4 body paragraphs depending on the length of the paper, right? You want to get to the page length. And if you can just talk about, you know, what's each body paragraph about, right? What's it about? And I'm not asking you to do this and that's your outline, right? I know your first, second, third, fourth body paragraphs. Remember, it's one aspect per paragraph. You're not jamming in a bunch of different things. And that's all I want you to do for the outline. I don't want you to do anything else. If you want to take it a step further, I mean, you could start doing, our good old friend, the meal, you know, main idea, evidence, analysis, link, if you want to, but you don't have to, right? And that's your outline. That's the outline of your paper, right? I would recommend, none of the young folks do this, right? I would recommend, because what happens when you write your paper is you all wait till you're done to like jam on the works cited page, and you just upload your URL, right? Please don't do the URL. If you wanted to, and it's not required, I didn't write it on the assignment sheet. I would highly recommend, though, you know, at this point you should be getting your sources. Start to construct your works cited page as you go along, right? Construct your works cited page. You don't have to do it for this assignment. Bonus points if you do. I just said it. Bonus points if you do. But yeah, that's your paper, or not your paper. intro, thesis, and works cited page, right? That's what I want you to do. If you notice, and again, I keep talking about this, reiterating it, for these short papers, you could probably sit down and write the whole paper. However, it's going to be a lot easier if you map it out, right? The paper's not due until the end of the month. If you do this early, you have a couple weeks before the paper's due. You already have a good jump, right? You know what you're talking about. Now it's just formulating your ideas, your meal paragraphs, including your quote, right? Weaving in your quotes, setting up your paper, revising your paper. So that's all I want for Tuesday, folks. Intro, think about your intro being about this long. Thesis at the end, go back and review the intro and thesis handouts and videos. And then just map out your paper. Rough outline. Nothing too... You can be as detailed as you want. It's only going to help you in the long run. But that's basically it. Email me again with any questions, concerns, comments, and I will be making videos down the road, folks. Talk to y'all soon.